Aloha, Richard Halverson here. This is ITS228, Spring 2023. And today I'm just going to go over the syllabus. This is the first video of the semester, so it's a good time to go over the syllabus. All right, so you want to log into La Lima, and up at the top you should see a ITS228 button. And if you don't, then go over to this icon over here, view all sites, and click that, and you should see it there, and make sure that the gold star is checked. If you don't see it there, then that means there's something wrong with your registration, and you can just email me and I will put you in, so you can get started until your registration gets fixed. So this is what click on overview. And this is what the syllabus looks like. And today I'm going to go over the syllabus, and then I'm going to go over what the tabs are over here, and then I'm going to go in and we're going to look at the textbook and see how and see the chapters of the textbook, and so you know what's expected of you. Okay, so there'll be a Zoom classroom ID pretty soon. I'm going to record videos, and I may post when I'm going to record them. I probably will. This is the first. So I taught this class a year ago, but I've changed it a little bit. So I'll probably be making new videos. And the textbook has changed also. They added a bunch of stuff to the textbook. So there's going to be a playlist right here. And so that'll be a link. This is the link to log into the textbook. It's one place to get to the textbook, and it costs $77. And these are the prerequisites. This is the course description. This is the third semester programming class. So if you look over in the ICS programming classes, there's ICS 111. ICS 211 and ICS 311. And I'm kind of following that, 128, 148, and 228. But ICS 311 is actually a little bit more mathematical. You need to have discrete math, the discrete math sequence 141 and 241 to be able to take 311. By the way, if you decide to go on and get your bachelor's of information technology, in information technology or whatever it's called, the sequence where you take this course to go on and get a bachelor's degree, you get it at West Oahu or at Maui. Once you get that bachelor's degree, you can go on and get a master's degree in computer science. Okay, don't let anyone tell you that you can't. But there's some makeup work that you have to do. And so if here at the University of Hawaii, if you get your Bachelor of Information Technology from Maui or West Oahu, and you want to go apply to get a master's degree in computer science, they're going to make you take ICS 311. Okay, so that's kind of like the course similar to this, but if you take a look at ICS 311, it's a little bit more mathematical. But in this class, I'm going to teach you all the same algorithms and the same data structures that you would learn in ICS 311, but not as rigorously. So anyway, that's what this course is all about. Third semester program. These are the student learning outcomes. You have to learn about proof of correctness and all that kind of stuff, correct algorithms, analyzing worst case and best case time and space complexities and that kind of stuff. The ways to tell whether an algorithm is good or not. And when you compare algorithms to two algorithms to sort, and one does it one way and the other one does it the other way, well, which one is better? Well, it depends. And what does it depend on? And that kind of stuff. So we have this new textbook. It's a Xi books, and so I will go over that, but it starts at chapter 1, Introduction to Data Structures and Algorithms, and goes through, touch on sorting right away, the different data structures, lists, stacks, queues, linked lists, and so on, hash tables, and then trees, plain old binary search trees, and then balanced trees, And then heaps and trees those are kinds of trees. And then sets, you got to have sets in there, and graphs, those connect up again. You know, those you have loops and graphs and so on. You're flying. You know, your flights to the mainland and back is going to be a graph. You're going to represent that as a graph, not as a tree. And then there's we're going to go over all the basic algorithms that, you know, there's a set of algorithms that you learn being a bachelor's or master's degree person in computer science. You learn all these algorithms, and then when you go out in the real world and you write coding, you'll apply those algorithms. You think, oh, gee, okay, I should use this algorithm for that gaming program, or you know, this and that. And then there's B trees, which is also a kind of tree. So we're going to do everything out of Zybooks. So you're going to get points for the participation activities, and more points for the challenge activities, and more points for the lab activities. And so that's what it is. There isn't going to be any, you know, platform assignments that you have to hand in. But when I make videos, I'll probably expose you to some different platforms. You're probably gonna, if you go out in the real world, you're probably gonna like code in like Visual Studio Code or something like that. And so I'll do some videos on that, and you can try it out yourself. So anyway, so that's the syllabus, and this is the breakdown of the points. And so announcements, that's where I'm going to put announcements, like if I'm going to announce beforehand, if I'm going to do a video lecture. I'm going to leave this discussion and private messages up there. I'm not sure. This is they encourage us to use this, and it's in the default, so I'm going to leave it up there. See what comes of that. Resources, this is where some old videos from previous semesters, and I haven't filled those up yet because I have taught this class a couple times. Email is where you can send each other email. So you can send email to other students in the class. So if you want to send an email to another student in the class, to other students in the class, but you want to leave me off, make sure, because I'll be in here. Okay, I'm not in this list because this is me up here. But when you go in here, you're going to see me in here with my Gmail address. And so if you want to, you know, ask about, you know, I mean, I don't care what you do, but just warning you that if you want to send an email about, you know, talk stink about me, you know, don't include me. Okay. I want to believe that all you guys, like, you know, I'm going to continue to think that. So that's that. And when I send out emails, I'll make sure to archive them. So, because there may be announcements or something. Weekly engagement is very important that you do this the first week, because that's how I know that you intend to take the class. This is a federal requirement now, because I don't know, a lot of people sign up for classes and then they don't take them, and the federal government wants to know. I think they're looking into us. They want to make sure that when we say we had a certain number of students in this class, we weren't all lackadaisical and lazy about whether they actually took the class or not, and the federal government would like us to do that. So make sure you all go in here to participation verification, and you just put something like, I'm here, and then you proceed, and then you submit, and then I know that you really are going to take the class, that there's a real person out there who wants to take the class. Because if you don't do this, then next Monday I gotta check off that you didn't do. I can't check off that you did it, and so then you get disenrolled. And if it's a mistake and you didn't want to get disenrolled, then there's a process that we have to go through, but it's a humbug process, and it's got to get signatures, and sometimes people just don't end up finishing that process, and they end up I don't know, taking it next semester or something. Okay, and this here is a link to the textbook, and I'll get to that in a moment. Let me just look at Gradebook Classic, in case you haven't taken a class from me. These are all the section. This is the points that you accumulate for each of the chapters, for each of the types of activities. There's participation activities, challenge activities, and lab activities, and that's how you get your points. And so these are going to be categorized and weighted according to what this says right here. These are going to be the weightings. And of course, there's a whole bunch more participation activities than there are the other ones in points, but participation activities, you just click through them and you get the points. All right, so let's take a look at the textbook here. It looks something like this. And you can click on my activity over here, and you can see where you have to do stuff in all the chapters. And this is the first semester that I've seen this particular zyBooks textbook actually have labs. This textbook didn't have labs before. It just had the participation and the challenges, but now they've added a lab, and it's Python. It's got to be Python because this is a Python course. By the way, I do teach ITS228 summertime at Manoa, and I use a version of this textbook, but I use the Java version of this textbook. So kind of interesting. Anyway, so let's take a look at the first one here, and so the first chapter is this introduction on data structures, and it's a bunch of definitions and so on, and deciding which data structures to choose. These are a bunch of basic data structures that we learn in computer science. And there's about 5 or 10 of them or something or so, and you just learn all those, and that's all of them. And they figured all that out back in like the 70s and the 80s, and then the algorithms are they still come up with some real esoteric versions of algorithms and so on. But all the sorting algorithms and searching that all got figured out in the 70s and 80s, and maybe in the 90s it came up with some new stuff actually in sorting. But then all of the other tree traversals and all the different kinds of trees and what you use the trees for, they worked all that out in the 70s and 80s, and that's basically what we're learning here. If you click over here, let's take a look at a lab, and it looks like this lab, and I'll make this visible to you. Should make it visible to you. It's this one here, visible to students. Okay, now it's visible, and you just go through these. You do this, you submit this, and you enter in your data here. And by the way, these are complicated. Look, there's two files here. Okay, so make sure. And this is the first one, 1.7.1. So here we are. You're getting pretty complicated, and so you can download them, and it's the same as the previous zyBooks things, where you put your input data there, you run the program, and when you're ready to submit, you submit. You do it as many times as you want. So that's the chapters. There's challenges. These, of course, the participation activities. Let's take a look at this one here. This is chapter 2, searching and algorithmic analysis. And you may have recalled, I may have included these sections in ITS228 later on, chapter 15 or something. But so these are search algorithms, and you see how we write the algorithms. Can't remember if we did this in 148 or not. But see, we write them in a notation that looks like this, and these curly braces mean something. This is the beginning of this method, and this is the end of the method, and everything inside here is statements and so on. This is how a for loop is represented. This looks just like Java. In Python, we don't. In this particular language, indentation is only for show. Okay, you don't need to indent. They can all be flat up against the left here. You can make it all one big huge line because, oh no, never mind. No, there's no semicolons here, so I guess you can't make it all one big huge line. Anyway, so you do the participation activities. How many list items will be compared to find 77 using a linear search? Well, a linear search starts from the beginning, so you got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 comparisons. So I think the answer is 9. check the answer, and lo and behold, it is. Of course, you can always just cheat and show the answer right away, but you don't want to do that because the purpose of this is to learn it, and you learn it to get the points. Yeah. So those are participation activities. Then there's challenges. So this explains binary search and description of binary search as opposed to linear search. And I think we have a challenge activity. Here's a challenge activity here. It says, so you have to do these. And these, you get to do them until you get it right, okay? And if you get it wrong, it tells you what you did wrong. And it comes back with another problem that's a similar but different data. And then they have you do it again and until you get them all. So these are a little bit more difficult because you can't just click show the answer. But let's see what this is like. Now let's click start. And the colors, and so basically you just have to answer the question. And this has to do with seeing if you understand how binary search works. So the colors list is search for brick using a binary search. So here we've got a list of colors, and we want to search for the color brick. Okay, now one of the things that you have to have for binary search is, these have to be sorted. These have to be in alphabetical order. If they're not in alphabetical order, binary search isn't going to work. So that's the prerequisite to doing a binary search. But after that, it's so what color is searched for first? Well, it's right smack dab in the middle. How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I guess it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might be ochre. So it's not, is it maroon? This 4 over here and 5 over here. It's either ochre or maroon. I'm going to say ochre. Okay. And what's the second color searched? Okay, so if ochre is the first color searched, then and we're looking for brick. Brick is less than ochre. So the next one is going to be it's going to be the middle of one of this. And the middle of this is gold. So I'm going to say the second color is gold. And I check it, and it said the first color is maroon. Say so. So it should have been so I got it wrong, and it should have been maroon, not ochre, as the middle one. And then the one in between maroon would be brick. if the middle one is maroon. So now I do next, and I'm able to do it again. See, now they give me, are these the same colors? No, these are different colors. And they asked me the same question again. And so this should be pretty easy. We're searching for violet, and that's this one over here. And the colors are listed. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 again. And the first color searched, and last time I thought it was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time I would have thought it's that one. But remember, I was wrong. It's actually this one. Okay, it's the one before it. So I'm going to put ochre there. And then after it's ochre, then it's going to be the middle one, because violet is bigger than ochre. So then it's going to be the middle one of these. And the middle one of these is tan, I guess. It's tan. Oh, this is right. Oh, that's right. Okay, good. So, all right, so that's the challenge activity, and I got the first one. I got to do 2, 3, 4, and 5 before I get all the points, and I get all these points. But anyway, so this is what a challenge activity looks like. And so you're gonna have to do a bunch of those. If you go back here, you can see, there's only one there, but there's like a bunch here, and there's a bunch here, and these chapters, a bunch of them here. And so it's not trivial. That's really a good way of testing. So it's not gonna be easy to get those. The most difficult ones here are, of course, the labs, where you actually have to you have to answer the labs. And so let's look at this one. This one is the binary search using custom compare. I'll open that one up for you. All right, so okay, now it's not hidden. So here we're going to implement the searcher's class's binary search method in the searcher.py file. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 files here, which we can download. We go directly to the searcher.py file, and we're supposed to implement this. We're supposed to implement the binary search method here. And we're supposed to use the compare method of the compare object, which is passed as a parameter of the searcher's constructor. So this is passed as a parameter there. So anyway, you know, it's not that easy. So you have to read the chapter. This is chapter 2, and you learn about that in here. And look, here's the linear and binary search. Okay, anyway, so all right, so those are the 3 kinds of activities that you're going to be doing in this class, and there aren't going to be any other outside assignments. There aren't going to. I'm not going to give you an account on a server and have you write code there, because this class is more academic, and so really what we want to do is we want to learn how these data structures work, not even to the point necessarily where we code them into a big system and we get it debugged. It's more that we understand how the algorithms work and what's going on and what the differences are between the different ways these different algorithms for solving the kinds of problems that we end up solving in computer science. So these are, we just go up to chapter 12, and I'm going to be doing videos to help you through these. This is 228. This is the last programming class, and I want you to understand how these algorithms works to the point where you can complete the challenge activities and the labs. We're just going to get those to work, and so we can see and perhaps step through how the algorithms work by stepping through the code. All right, so I think I've covered everything that I plan to cover in this introduction. Regarding the due dates, as you know, if you've taken a course from me before, when everything is auto-graded, everything in this class is auto-graded, so that means that I don't need to have these deadlines where you get penalized for not handing things in before the end of the semester. It doesn't cost me any more. If you hand something in according to these deadlines, that's good for you, because then you're pacing yourself, you're managing your time and all that. You want to learn how to do that, but time management is not what I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to teach you how to code. And if you learn how to code this stuff, if you understand how to traverse an AVL tree because you were jamming finals week to get through this stuff, or you learned it whenever this due date was, it doesn't really matter too much to me after the semester's over. So if you can't hand stuff in, you can't submit into zyBooks by the due date, you don't have to email me and ask me for more time or anything. Just get it done. And when you get it done, then the next time I upload grades, I'll get it at that time. At the end, you want to make sure you can go check and make sure that everything is counted up from all the way back. And then so that way, so you need to have everything done by the like the weekend after the last day of finals. So like Saturday after the last day of finals, you need to have everything done, because then I got to submit the grades, and there's a deadline for me. There's a deadline for me of Tuesday morning. I believe that's what the deadline is going to be, and so I need Monday to be able to go back and make sure that I catch all your emails. Like some of you may, want more time or whatever. I got to make sure that I don't give a grade when I intended when you wanted it incomplete, because it's a much more difficult to change a grade, change from one grade to another grade than it is to change the incomplete to a grade. So I hope this helps, and stay tuned for more videos. And this video will be posted up, this first video on the ITS228 playlist for this semester. And thanks for watching.